state determines the fine at every speed in school zones should be 3 times triple the amount of the regular fine. Now, what I don't know is, does this include, I guess these are all possible speeds, school zones are like 15, like imagine going 50 through a school zone sounds really bad, but you're basically every number is getting tripled.
Mhm.
Okay, so 0 actually stays the same, but this I don't know, 25 goes to 75, 50 goes to 150, I don't know, 80 goes to 240-ish, 100 goes to 300. So you can see how quickly this goes up, and I don't know, it basically it does kind of have this shape where it does something like that.
Okay.
Now, in terms of the function, you're tripling, so it's 3 times f of n. Okay, so I did notice something here. It does say to define a new function. So let's define a new function as g of n in both of these and put a g of n in front.
Okay.
I think that will do it. Now your scale on, like, you're probably supposed to create a new scale on here. So this last fine, which is, say 275 tripled is 825. So you have to go up to, $825 on the y-axis, like that.
Okay.
Part C, maybe part C is in the other email. There it is. Okay, part C is actually not too bad to do. Right, so this time it's saying the state decides to adjust all fines in such a way as to give a 5-mile-per-hour buffer. Okay, so what that means is, and they give the example, if you're 30 over, you get charged as if it's 25 over. So basically everything is shifting left here.
Okay.
So it looks something like that. It kind of looks like the first one, but you would maybe want to say that in words that it's a shift left of 5. So your new function, your g of n, is f of, now this time it's inside. So if you recall, when you go left, you subtract 5, like that,
Mhm.
inside the function. Okay, any questions for me on that?
No.
Okay. What would you like to work on next?
I have a I have an exam coming up, and there's a study guide.
Okay.
I think I can just download it and send it.
Yeah, if it's what I'm thinking of, it's a PDF. It's got about, 80 questions.
Okay, I just sent over the file.
All right, thank you for doing that. Bill has not come through yet. I am checking, but
Oh, it says it's sent a minute ago.
right, let's refresh the whole page. Yeah, still don't see anything there. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just not seeing it here. Let me check. Oh, maybe it went to spam. There it is.
Oh, okay.
It's always looks safe. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I've seen this many times before. Um, if you've looked at the top of it, it says the questions marked asterisk are the challenging ones. I
Mhm.
I take um I take that I take that to mean those are the ones you could study. Um, but I'm not sure. Did your teacher give you any guidance on that?
Um, a little bit. She said there would be about 20-ish questions, and
Yes.
she did really emphasize the marked questions.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what I've heard in the past from students. And it is 20 questions. It is all multiple choice.
Hmm.
It's through your it's not like through a homework thing. It's through your just open it up. So If you want, we can just go to those asterisk ones. Or if you see ones before then you want us to do, I mean, what would be best to help you?
Um, I think if we started at question 4.
Okay. All right. So unfortunately, with 4, it's a word problem. It's like a deep dive. Now they don't. Here's what they don't do on the test. They don't give you kind of these two-parters. They just give you
Mhm.
one offs. So you're not going to get. You might get this part of it. So um, all right, so it says the braking distance in feet of a car traveling at v miles per hour is given by v parentheses v equals 2.2 v plus 0.05 v squared. Evaluate d of 30 and give a practical interpretation of it. Okay, so what that means is you have to put 30 in for v. Now notice all 4 answers have that,
Mhm.
okay? So that doesn't help. You're used to maybe seeing multiple choice where you can gain something from that. So what you have to determine here is what is V and what is 111. I mean, and it's going back to the units, like which is the feet and which is the miles per hour.
Um,
And that all comes from reading just this top part here. There's no math to do. It's just, what is 30, what is.
oh, the 30 is the miles per hour, and then the 111 is the feet.
So which of these says that? Which of these says 30 miles per hour and 111 feet?
Letter A.
Now, I believe the end of the PDF has the solutions. I will try to remember to check. Sometimes I don't, but that is correct for that one.
Okay.
Right. So let me know if you want us to move on to 5 or something else.
Let me. Could we do number 5, please?
Sure. So it does refer back to the same question. Right. So it's a suppose that the car took 500 feet to brake using the brake formula here. So what you have to decide is, are they giving you is the 500 the 500 V, or is it B of V?
Is it D of V?
Yes. So you're saying 500 equal to 2.2 V plus 0.05 V squared, like that. So to do this, to solve this, you have some options. You can graph, which is what I would do. You could use quadratic formula. I don't think you can factor. Um, but what we're looking for is the intersection of these. So what do you want us to do here? Do you want me to graph it on Desmos? Do you want to use the TI-83? What would be best to help you?
Could we do it on the calculator, please?
The TI-83?
Yes, please.
Okay, sure. Give me just a moment to get where I can have that pulled up here.
Okay.
So sorry, I got that wrong thing. So let's go to new share, go to the calculator. So you go to y equals and you put in the both sides of the graph. So you're going to put in the 500. That's going to give you a horizontal line. And then you're also going to put in the next row the equation. Now you don't use v, you use x. So 2.2 x plus 0.05 x squared, like that. Now, before you
Hmm.
graph, you probably should like create a window. If you go back to the answers, you'll see that the x values are between like 75 and 81. So we should do like if you just go to graph this, you're not going to see anything. Well, you'll see that,
Hmm.
but that's not very helpful. So you could do a zoom fit 0, which attempts to try to find like a window that looks good. But even that I don't
Hmm.
think is great because I don't know that it's gonna. So it's not that. So here, so what we kind of know, that's where you go back to the window here. We know that the answer on X lies between, I'll just say 70 and 90 roughly. And we know
Hmm.
that it's trying to hit 500. So let's do the Y min of like 450 and the Y max of 550. And then really you should adjust your scale to like 10%. So 10% of 100 is about 10. 450 minus 550 minus 450 is 100. Let's go to the graph. So there's that 500. There's the other one. Now you got to find the intersection between them. So you do that with second calc intersect. So you choose the first curve, could be either one. You choose the second curve, you guess right there. And there you have it. So it's 80.39
Hmm.
miles per hour. I think this is a fairly difficult question. I don't actually remember seeing these on some of the previous tests that I've helped students with. But the thing that's new for you, having worked with you for a while, you've not seen a multiple choice where the answers are between. So you have to, not only do you have to get the right answer, you have to find the right one that it's between.
Okay. So letter D, right?
Yeah. All right, so let me know where to go from here.
Um, question 7.
Okay, number 7 is, yes, this is one of those triple asterisks. They've been using this for like 10 years. So someone who's already taken the class and has any sort of exam stuff, you might ask for it. Or we'll go to like a course hero, see what they've got. But um,
Oh,
all right,
okay.
so which of these equations, because you can search by your class now when you're at the university. You can go to Course Hero and search for Math 112 and see what they've got. And you may find they have like a pool of, we'll say, 100 questions that you're going to get 20 from. So there's no guarantees. So
Hmm.
which one of these represents y as a function of x? There's certain things you're looking for to eliminate. So for example, y to an even power. So for example, y squared, y to the fourth, those can be eliminated. So this first one can be eliminated because of the y squared, y to the fourth, that can be eliminated, y squared, that can be eliminated, y squared, that can be eliminated. So it does end up being this last one. So typically what you're looking for is something where y, you're really looking for y to an odd power, y to an odd power.
Okay.
So that's kind of the answer there. Unfortunately, there's like tons of variations on this. Like there's no way for me to give you all the possibilities. And where should we go from here? Number 8. That's another triple asterisk question.
Sure.
Company has 4 marketing analysts and ask each person to make a prediction for products that will be sold. Which one of the following tables represents y as a function of x? So for this to be true, you're going to the x values first, and you're looking for duplicates.
Okay.
So you go to this first one and you look for, are there any duplicates? Yeah. Any repeated values?
So you're looking for duplicates of X, like,
Yeah, are there any repeated values in x?
yes, in both A and B.
Well, just on
And
A. Like let's just look at A. Are there any
oh,
repeated values in x?
yes,
Okay, they're all repeated. Now, do they go to the same number or different numbers?
different numbers.
So that's bad. So if they're repeated, and they go to different numbers, that's bad. That's not a function.
Okay.
So that means A is out. And then what about B? Does the 2018 go to different values?
No.
So it goes to blue, but then it goes to green. Those are different.
But
Do,
isn't
do you,
there a repeat of blue?
that's okay. That's fine. It's just that they can't go, if they ever go to 2 different ones, then there's a problem.
Okay.
So I'm not sure I'm making this clear. Like, it's like, where does 2018 go? Does it go to blue or does it go to green? Like, how do you know? And that's the problem. The problem is that you don't know. You don't know which one it goes to. So that's why you're looking for duplicates. If they go
Okay.
to, or repeated values, if they go to different, I like use the analogy of you go, you talk to someone and they're nice one day and then the next day they're not nice. Like that's not good. You don't know whether they're gonna be nice or not nice when you go and talk to them.
Oh, okay.
And that's really, really frustrating for most people.
Hmm.
So again, we're looking for duplicates. So like, let's go to D. Do you see how there are duplicates in D in the X's?
Yes.
So do they go to the same value? Does 50 always go to 1500? Or what's going on over here on the right?
Each 20 goes to a different value.
That's
Each
right.
20 and 50.
And same with 50. So that's out as well. How about this last one here? Any duplicates in the X?
Yes.
Okay, so 2018, we don't know whether it goes to 80 or 60. 2019, we don't know whether it goes to 70 or 50. That's out. So it is letter C.
And it's letter C because
Well, for one reason, it's all the other ones violated,
oh,
but if the reason C is correct is because there's no duplicates in X.
oh,
First thing you're looking for a function is no duplicates, no repeated values.
okay.
Like, Okay, let me know where to go from here.
We do number 9.
Sure. All right, number 9 here says the graph depict the population of Ukraine in millions as a function of the year 1970 to 2015. So they started here in 1970, which they don't say, but that's probably good to have. 1970 all the way to 2015. And we want the domain and range, but the domain you can think of as left to right, left to right. What's the leftmost X value? What's the leftmost?
1970.
1970, right? And then what's the rightmost Y value?
The rightmost. Is it 2015?
Yes. Bracket, bracket. The reason is because they're both included. So if you're looking at answers, I mean, that gets you down to 3. That's not great. It's not, I mean, it's good, it's helpful, but you got to keep going here. Range is bottom to top. So you need the min to the max. So what's the minimum Y value that you see over here on the right? Like, to me, this is the minimum Y value on the right here.
45.
Okay. And then how high up does it go? What's the max Y value?
It's a little above 52.
Okay, so maybe 52 point something. Okay, and then so you're always, like we talked about in SAT prep, ACT prep, you're always kind of looking at the answers. You're like, all right, well, maybe something's in there that'll tell me something. So which of these matches what you have there?
Letter A.
Yes. Very good. All right, so the next one, I do need to grab the graph again. I'll grab it separately. Okay, so for number 10, we're being asked to determine the interval over which the population is decreasing. So decreasing means it's going down and to the right.
Okay.
So there's a place roughly there where it breaks, right? It's going up and to the right.
Mhm.
And over here, it's going down and to the right.
Okay.
So increasing and decreasing, whether it asks for increasing or decreasing, it's always asking for the X values. So what's the X value here?
Like 1993
Okay, 2000 and
to 2015.
2015. Yeah. So is that answer in here?
Letter D.
Yeah. That's another way you can study these, is like, you got to be more creative in college because they don't sometimes give you as much information as you would like. You could say, okay, well, where is it increasing? Well, it's increasing from 1970 all the way to 1993, which is an answer. But what I'm trying to get you to see is that you can kind of make some new problems up if you want.
Okay.
All right, so let me know where you want to go from here.
Probably number 11. Yeah.
Okay. This is back the kind of, is it a function or not? And no. Okay, so the top 15 hottest national temperature recorded Tucson to the year 2000 are shown in the table below. Excuse me, so we got 117 all the way down to 113. And then some dates on the right. Right now, the first question that it asks. First question that it asks is it says, let me put it over here. Is the date a function of the temperature? So whatever it says function of, that's your X value. And it's good to label that. And so date must be the Y value.
Hmm.
And so you're looking for duplicates. You're looking for duplicates in X. Are there duplicates in the X?
Yes.
Okay, so do they ever go to different Y values?
Yes.
They do. So this is not a function. Okay. So the next thing, we're going to grab the same table and do it for part B. The temperature is a function of the date. Okay, the date is the X, temperature is Y. This time it's flipped. The columns are flipped. The date is now the input. So you always go to the X, and that's why it's important to, learn this technique. Function of means the input variable. Temperature is Y. Now, are there any duplicates in X? It's got to be exactly the same.
Oh, I don't think so.
Hard to tell, but there are no duplicates. There are no duplicates, no repeats. Which means that this is a function. Yes, it's a function. So the answer to 11 is B. It's kind of oddly written. It's you got to choose one of the statements. A is wrong, but B is correct.
Okay.
Where would you like to go from here?
13.
Okay. All right, an item is originally priced at P dollars, but is placed on sale at a discount of 25% off. Okay, so we're gonna start with that. So if you take the price, the P dollars, and you multiply by 0.25, this gives you the discount. Okay, but rarely do you actually want the discount. Like you don't really care when you go to the store what the discount is. You care what you're going to pay when you get to the store or when you get to
Mhm.
the cash register. So it ends up being that what you actually pay is 0.75 times P. This is the actual sale price.
Mhm.
Is that clear to you?
Yeah.
So we can get rid of a few answers. If that doesn't have a 0.75 in it, it's out. That's always a good strategy. All right, now the next thing says if the sales tax is 10%, which of these expresses the final sale price F in dollars as a function of P? Basically, like how do you get to the new price? And it's kind of the same situation. If you take 10% of the sale price, that gives you the tax. If you want the full amount, 1.1s, that's the like total price, including the tax. Okay. Now, if you haven't bought something in a while or haven't had to think about this, because sometimes we just go to the store and we just do it. You use your sales tax is multiplied on the sale price. So that's 1.1 times 0.75 P, like that. Like your S is it's right here.
Okay.
I believe that gets you back to answer. Where can we go from here? Probably do one more, maybe.
15.
Okay. But which of the following has a domain of all real numbers except 4? Okay, so the domain, a couple of things about domain is really only two problem areas. The first is division by 0. And the second one is the square root of a negative. So if there's no division, then it's probably out, okay? Now, when it's only one place, that's division by 0. Division by 0 is like, think of it as one place or two places or three or a few places. Whereas with square roots, that's like a range of values.
Okay.
So that leads us to, well, it's not the square root one. So to do 15 now, we have to look at each of B, D, and E and set the bottom equal to 0. So we have to set, for example, answer B, x squared minus 16 equal to 0. And this is
Okay.
where all that prerequisite stuff comes in. It's like x minus 4, x plus 4 equals 0. And so x is either 4 or negative 4. Okay, so now when the answer says only 4, you can't like say, well, that one doesn't matter. It does matter. Letter D, you're setting the bottom, which is 2x minus 8 equal to 0. Letter D, You're setting the bottom equal to 0. When you solve for x, you get x equals 4. And that will be the final answer.
Okay.
So for rationals, you set the bottom equal to 0.
Okay.
So pretty much out of time here. Let me give you some recommendations here. Do you know when your test is?